I've been unfaithful.
Just one time? 2? Please don't make me count 3.
Carrie!
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2025 comedy film Splitsville. The film is co-written and directed by Michelangelo Covino, and it stars Dakota Johnson. We've got Adria Arjona, we've got Kyle Marvin, who co-wrote the film, and we've got Michelangelo Covino, who co-wrote the film and directed the film. Right, the film follows 4 couples. We've got Julian Paul, played by Dakota Johnson, and Michelangelo Covino, and we've got Ashley and Carey, played by Adria Arjona and Kyle Marvin. Now, at the beginning of the film, Ashley and Carey are travelling in their car, where essentially his wife, and they've only been married about 12 months or so, a bit longer, tells him that she wants to get a divorce. She explains to him that she's been unfaithful, and she made a mistake. He doesn't take this news well. He leaves the car and ends up back at their friend's house, his best friend Paul and his wife Julie, Dakota Johnson, Michelangelo Covino's characters. They basically take him in and show him a lot of sympathy, give him a shoulder to cry on as he readjusts to this new news from his wife. While there, they tell him that essentially their marriage is an open marriage and that they are allowed to sleep with and see other people, which is quite of a revelation for Carey. While Paul is away on a business trip, which his wife basically thinks it's him, sleeping with other women, they have a night of romance together, Julie and Carey. When he gets back and he reveals this revelation, it causes absolute chaos amongst the trio. And his ex-wife now, or his wife who wants to be his ex-wife, is basically doing nothing but experimenting with a lot of different relationships. Right, what are my thoughts on Splitsville? I've not heard a great deal about this film, and then I read a really good review for this a good few days ago now, and a lot of it appealed to me. Now, it reminded me a little bit of The Roses that I've just watched and reviewed on the channel with Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch, which itself was a remake of The War of the Roses from the 80s. In regards to, this is a film about relationships, marriage, the complications that come with that, with marriage, with separation, with divorce. I mean, it is in a lot of ways a similar film, if you like, to The Roses. So if you enjoyed The Roses, you're probably going to enjoy this. Now, this isn't as I don't know what the right word is, really. Maybe not as funny as The Roses, I suppose. It has its moments. It is definitely funny in parts, but also at the same time it's very thoughtful in parts. It's very gentle in parts, and it's very much a relationship drama in parts. It doesn't just go for the slapstick approach. There are definitely some scenes in this film where you will be like really giggling. There's a fight scene between Paul and Carey that rivals the fight scene from Bridget Jones's Diary. About these two blokes that are not very good at fighting, and not really interested in fighting in some ways, but end up basically trying to kill each other. And it's very, very funny. But it's a much more genteel approach to comedy. It's almost like looking at marriage through a different lens, I suppose. And ultimately, by the end of the film, it kind of goes full circle. And it, as with many American comedies, there's a message there somewhere at the end of the film, sort of thing, that sometimes can be a little bit frustrating when you're watching films like this. I don't necessarily always think there has to be a message, you know. Just watch the film and enjoy it and, you know, be with it. And this film is very much a pleasant watch. It's not one of those films you're going to walk away from thinking, you know, you've just seen something that's going to change your life. It's not a revelation, you know, it's not an incredible piece of art or anything like that. It's just a well thought together, well put together, well thought out film that's well written by the two male leads who wrote the film, and directed by Michelangelo Covino, who obviously plays Paul in the film. And it's got very, very strong performances as well by everybody. I mean, Dakota Johnson, who I just think is, I think, underrated. I think it's fair to say she's underrated as an actress, and that some of that you can understand why with some of her choices in the past, obviously with Madam Web and things like that, which was an appalling film when she was given absolutely tragic material to work with there. But when she's in the right film with the right material, you see a very, very solid actress in Dakota Johnson, and may I say, absolutely stunning as well. I mean, she's absolutely a vision of beauty. She's such a beautiful woman, but I really do enjoy her performance here, and this is the kind of film where I think she fits it like a glove. Like, I wouldn't call this a romantic comedy, because that's not really what it's aiming for. It's more a case of, I don't know, really. I don't know. It's not a traditional rom-com by any stretch of the imagination, but I think these are the type of films where Dakota Johnson is kind of made to flourish in, and I think she absolutely does. But I think everybody else is great in this film as well. I think they all do a really, really good job to varying degrees. They all do what they're supposed to do, the characters. This Ashley, who is wanting to divorce Carrie, essentially goes on this sexual journey, you know, experimental journey when she splits up with him, where she sleeps with a whole array of men and even women, but while Carrie is actually there, because he's kind of refusing to move out, and he ends up basically coaching some of them boys or lads or blokes when she splits up with them after a couple of weeks, and they all kind of end up kind of staying there in the same house, and he's helping them get jobs and helping them with the CVs and etc., and it's just an odd setup. But it is definitely an interesting watch, this one. I did quite enjoy it. I think the trailer sold this one for me. I mean, well, the review that I read and the trailer sold this for me because it looked interesting, it looked fun, and it looked like one of those films that you would definitely enjoy watching, and I certainly did. I had a good time with it, and it is a film I would recommend you check out, especially if you enjoyed The Recent Roses. There are similarities between the two, even if they are both very different at the same time. So thanks for watching this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will, of course, be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.